The first mobile game Tetris came out in 1994 on the Hangnak MT2000, and phones had buttons around this time. They look like this, which is disgusting. I'm sure most of you are familiar with the game Tetris, but just to make sure that we are all on the same page, let me explain what Tetris is. Tetris was created in 1995 by Alexei Pajitnov, and the goal of the game is to prevent the blocks from stacking up to the top of the screen for as long as possible. Although it was initially a PC game, Tetris became an instant hit in the mobile scene because there were not really many games at the time, with the game reaching over 100 million paid downloads by 2010, making it the best-selling paid mobile game of all time. The game stopped being shipped out in 2020 because of license issues, but it's still playable at tetris.com for free if anyone is interested. There is no doubt that Tetris was the pinnacle of human ingenuity when it came to mobile game development, and games like Snake and Tetris will forever be cherished as games that paved the way for modern games. Their success showed that if done right, mobile games can be extremely lucrative. And as a result, everyone wanted to get their dirty little hands on the pot of gold. I mean, who could blame them? If I had the skills, I would have probably gotten my greasy dirty little hands in there too. And as the number of people who played games on their phones started to increase, the demand for new games that can somewhat compete with PC games started to rise.
And let me tell you something, sports fans, those people in the 1990s wanted GTA 6 on their phone.
And as a result, we got really awesome mobile games. Games like Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG Mobile with over 1 billion downloads, Apex Legends Mobile, which I'll get into later. We also got fun casual games like Pokemon Go with over 1 billion downloads, Temple Run also with over 1 billion downloads. And who could forget Subway Surfers, probably the most downloaded game in the entire world. And with the global market value of over 184 billion US dollars in 2022, calling the mobile gaming industry lucrative would be an understatement. There's just so much money here. But then developers saw that there really isn't a need to put much effort into making and maintaining these mobile games. As long as the game is monetized well and it looks fun, people will download it, and despite how horrible it is, people will spend money on it. And most of these mobile games run insane in-app ads. In-app ads are a monetization model that allows developers or companies to earn money by displaying ads to you while you play their game or use their app. There are different types of in-app ads. First, you have the reward video ad, probably the only good ad format. And as the name suggests, you watch an ad and you get a game reward. The developer gets some revenue and advertisers' ads are seen. It's a win-win situation. You can't go wrong with this ad format. You also have playable ads, which are not that bad, and they usually appear where the game naturally pauses. For example, you just died in Temple Run. Here's a playable ad to relieve your frustrations. Or I know you even more. I don't know. Playable ads are a mini game that the player can interact with for a few seconds before deciding if they want to download the game or just keep it. It's honestly not that bad. Some of these mini games are actually fun to play and never download, obviously. And then there are interstitial ads. Now we get into the dark side of ad formats. These are a full on-screen ad that you can only skip after a certain amount of time. And judging by how popular this ad format is, I'm pretty sure this is the most profitable format for developers. But it just so happens to be the most annoying format for gamers. No one likes to be interrupted by these fuckers when they are gaming. Stop shoving them down our throats. Then we have native banner ads or native ads. These appear anytime during a gameplay, and stopping them usually triggers an interstitial ads. Like, bro, how greedy can you be, man? I'm just trying to enjoy the game. When these in-app ads were first introduced, no one had a problem with them because at the end of the day, most mobile games are free to play games, so the people who made them have to make some revenue. Like, yeah, we get it. And the ads were integrated extremely well, to a point where they even felt like an extension of the game. But sadly, those days are over. Mobile games are now getting harder and harder and harder to play because of how bloated they are with ads. I mean, look at these Google searches. And you might be thinking, well, surely it's not that bad. I downloaded a few mobile games just to show you how insane these ad runs are. And we're going to count the number of times I got an ad while still playing.
Merry Christmas!
And most of the time, if you are connected to a Wi-Fi, these games will automatically download other games or apps in the background without even asking for your permission, which is so unethical and probably illegal. A game shouldn't initiate downloads without your approval. I mean, that's how you end up with malware on your phone. And of course, they're going to do scummy shit like this, because as you can see, most of these games are targeted towards kids, and kids are generally not going to ask where a game like Tokyo Racing came from. To them, this is like magic. 1 minute you have one game, the next 5. Where did they come from? Magic! But I was using mobile data while playing these, so they were not spamming auto download in the background. Although 1 minute to get in. And you know what? I am going to sue them. Because what the hell is this game? Who the fuck would play this goofy ass game? You could have downloaded anything. Anything. But you chose to download this? What the fuck? You can tell that these ads are intrusive and probably even dangerous. Even if you like a game, enjoying it will probably be a nightmare. You'll spend most of your time trying to get rid of these ads. And that is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to unethical practices in this holy space. You also have demos being advertised as full games, and a few minutes into the game you'll get slapped with a microtransaction pop-up to download the full game. Some games are split into multiple clones under different names to maximize their reach and in turn profit. Some games just straight up lie about their gameplay review on Play Store, and you end up downloading a completely different game than the one you saw. And because of how lucrative this space is, everyone is actively trying to get a piece of that pie. So in a way, you could say that the mobile gaming industry is suffering from its own success. In 2022, the revenue from the worldwide gaming market was estimated at around $217 billion, with the mobile gaming market generating an estimated $184 billion of the total, which is more than the PC and console combined. And it's worth mentioning that the mobile scene is relatively new compared to the two. The first computer game, Star Wars, was developed in 1962, and the world's first home video game console, the Magnavox, was released in 1972 by Magnavox. I hope that's how you pronounce it. While the first mobile game was released in 1994. But the scene is already generating more revenue than both the PC and console combined. And the $184 billion sounds really impressive, doesn't it? Until you realize that most of that revenue was generated in the scummiest way possible. According to Media Post, in-app advertising made around $336 billion in 2022, most of which is obviously from mobile games. And you might think that these scummy tactics are only being done by independent developers or small studios, and you'd be wrong. I mean, look at games like Apex Legends Mobile, arguably one of the best, if not the best game to have ever been released in the modern era. But the game was shut down, or rather sunset, according to EA. Because EA wasn't prioritizing their players, they were prioritizing those juicy microtransactions. And when those transactions started to go down the drain, which was entirely EA's fault by the way, EA shut the game down. And worse, people didn't get their refunds. Do you know how much money I spent on that game? Actually, not that much. I think I only bought like 2 battle passes, but still, I want my money, EA. And one of the many reasons why people stopped playing the game, which led to a drop in revenue obviously, is that the game wasn't getting regular updates, which meant bugs were taking longer to be fixed, and players were obviously exploiting these bugs, which was annoying, and I was one of them. In-game purchases were also extremely overpriced and essentially were just gambling with your money. For some reason you can't just buy the skins that you want in mobile games, you have to play slot machines. Let me show you what I mean by that. This is my COD M account and I just bought a few COD points, so let's gamble them all away. The first spin is 10, not 30. I've already tried this a long time ago, but they keep increasing the more you spin. The next spin is 120 COD points, and as you can see, I don't have 120 COD points, so let's go to another draw. Well, it skipped the gun twice and gave me a wingsuit. I play multiplayer. I don't fucking need a wingsuit. I got a discount, which is nice, so let's go again. And I got a calling card, which is the most useless thing that you can pull out of a lucky draw. Great. You can't convince me that that wasn't gambling. Why are they allowed to do this? I don't get it. Why? How? And since people only want two things in these lucky draws, those being the operator skin and obviously the gun, they'll keep spinning until they've either used up all of their COD points, or if they are irresponsible, empty out their entire bank. Which I've seen a lot of people do, by the way. And to give you a perspective of how much you can expect to spend before getting the legendary gun, which is usually but not always the last prize, you can get lucky and get it early. But in my entire 4 years of playing that game, I have never, and I mean ever, gotten that lucky. Anyway, the current lucky draw consists of 10 rewards, and like I said, the points keep going up the more you spin. So they go from 10 points all the way to 1,400 points, making a total of 4,550 COD points, which is around $50 US. There is no way in hell I'm spending that much money on a video game skin. So now you have a situation where big studios like EA and Tencent are trying to milk as much money as they can out of you, and independent developers trying to monetize their games as much as they can with ads, which is honestly sad to see. So yeah, mobile gamers are not real gamers, not because they're not gamers, but because the people who are making the games don't see them as real gamers. They only see them as potential revenue increase. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe. We're actually about to hit 2 million subscribers here on the channel. Not really. And your sub would mean a lot. Okay, bye.